English Podcast City.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. I am very happy you are here with us today. I hope you feel relaxed, calm, and ready to learn English in a simple and friendly way.
Hi, everyone. It is really nice to see you again. Thank you for joining us today. We are happy to spend this time with you.
Today's topic is very important for life, for success, and for personal growth. We are talking about discipline. Discipline means staying focused, staying committed, and doing what you need to do, even when you do not feel like doing it.
Yes, discipline helps you study better, work better, and live better. It helps you reach your goals step by step.
Before we start the main topic, I just want to say something to our listeners. If you enjoy learning English with us, you can support our channel. You can tell your friends about it. You can share this podcast with someone who wants to improve their English. It really helps our small learning community grow.
Yes, it helps a lot. When you tell others about this podcast, more people learn. And when more people learn, we can make more helpful content for you.
And now, let's start slowly and take our time. This is a slow English podcast, so we speak clearly, gently, and in a way that helps you understand every word. You can shadow our voices. Shadowing means listening and repeating. It is a great method for fluency.
That's right. Shadowing helps you hear the rhythm of English. It helps you speak more naturally.
So now, let's begin our long, friendly conversation. Today, we want to talk about how to be disciplined. Discipline is not always easy. Many people want to be disciplined, but they do not know where to start. They feel lost, they feel tired, they feel unmotivated.
Yes, it happens to everyone. We all struggle with discipline sometimes, even very strong people.
True. That is why this topic is perfect for learners, because discipline is a habit, and habits grow slowly, like plants. You water them every day, you give them light, you give them time, and slowly they become stronger.
I like that idea. Discipline is like a small plant. You take care of it every day. Not too much, not too little, but just a little bit every day.
Exactly. And I think the best way to start this conversation is by talking about why discipline matters. Why do we need discipline? Why is it helpful?
Yes, that is a great place to start. For me, discipline means being kind to my future self. It means doing something today that will make my life easier tomorrow. For example, if I clean a little today, my room feels nice tomorrow. If I study English for 10 minutes today, I speak better next month.
That is a beautiful explanation. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is actually a gift for yourself. It makes your life smoother, more organized, calmer.
And it helps you feel proud. When you finish something important, you feel good inside. You say, I did it. I can trust myself.
Yes, self-trust is a big part of discipline. When you keep your promises to yourself, you feel stronger. You feel more confident.
Many people think discipline means being perfect, but it does not mean that. Discipline means showing up again and again, even if you make mistakes.
Exactly. Consistency is more important than perfection. Doing something small every day is better than doing something big once and then stopping.
So maybe we can talk about simple ways to practice discipline, very small steps for beginners.
Yes, that is a good idea. Let's imagine someone wants to be more disciplined but feels overwhelmed. They do not know where to start. What is the first step?
I think the first step is clarity. You need to know what you want. If you do not know what you want, you cannot be disciplined.
Yes, clarity is the foundation. For example, I want to study English every day is clear. I want to improve my life is not clear.
So, the first step is to understand your goal. Then, the second step is to make the goal small, very small. The mistake many people make is creating big goals and then feeling tired.
Yes, our brains love small goals. Small goals feel safe. They feel possible. They do not scare us.
Right. For example, instead of saying, I will study English 1 hour every day, you can say, I will study for 5 minutes.
5 minutes is perfect. It is small, it is simple, and most important, you can do it even on a busy day.
Yes, small steps create big change over time.
So, clarity is step one, small goals are step two. What is step three?
I think the third step is routine. You need to choose a time or place that stays the same. For example, morning or evening, a desk or a coffee shop. When your brain knows the routine, discipline becomes easier.
Yes, routines help us feel stable. And when the environment is consistent, your brain switches into discipline mode.
I like that phrase, discipline mode. It sounds powerful.
Yes, and it is true. When you sit in your study place, your brain knows, okay, this is study time. And then you start naturally.
So now we have 3 steps: clarity, small goals, and routine.
Yes, and there is another important idea, removing distractions.
Oh, yes, distractions make discipline very difficult. Phones, social media, noise, people, messages, all of these things can break your focus.
So, one important technique is to make your environment simple and calm. Put your phone far away, close extra tabs, turn off notifications.
Yes, when you remove distractions, you make discipline easier. You make your goal the most important thing in the room.
And I think many listeners will relate to this because distractions are everywhere. So sometimes discipline is not about doing more. Sometimes discipline is about removing things that pull you away.
Yes, exactly. It is not only about action, it is also about protection, protecting your time and energy.
Speaking of energy, that is another big part of discipline. People think discipline means forcing yourself, but true discipline is about managing your energy in a smart way.
Yes, when you are tired, it is harder to be disciplined. So, rest, sleep, and taking breaks are also part of discipline.
I agree. Many people feel guilty for resting, but rest gives you the power to continue.
And discipline without rest becomes stress. We do not want stress, we want balance.
Yes, balance is key. Discipline feels good when it is gentle, when it helps your life, not hurts it.
So, maybe we can give some real examples for our listeners.
Sure. Let's think of someone who wants to exercise more. What can they do?
They can start with a very small goal. For example, 2 minutes of stretching every morning.
That is perfect. 2 minutes feels easy. And when you feel easy, you start. And when you start, you build momentum.
And after 2 minutes becomes normal, they can make it 5 minutes, then 10, slowly growing.
Yes, discipline grows like a child, slowly, gently.
I like that. Discipline as a child that needs care.
And now let's think of another example. Someone wants to read more books.
They can choose 1 page a day, or even half a page, and they can read at the same time each day.
Yes, a routine plus a small goal equals discipline.
And they can put their phone in another room to avoid distractions.
Exactly. These small techniques add up. Over time, they create strong discipline.
Many people think discipline is something some people have and some don't, but that is not true. Discipline is something you build. Anyone can learn it.
Yes, it is like a muscle. If you practice, it becomes stronger.
And if you stop practicing, it becomes weaker. But that is okay, because you can start again anytime.
Yes, that is important. You can always start again. You do not need the perfect day. You just need the next small step.
So now maybe we can talk about emotional discipline. Because sometimes discipline is not about tasks, it is about managing feelings.
Yes, emotional discipline means understanding your feelings and choosing your actions, even when you feel lazy or stressed.
For example, you might feel unmotivated, but emotional discipline helps you say, I will try just 5 minutes.
Yes, emotional discipline helps you be kind to yourself. Not angry, not strict, but gentle and focused.
Many people think discipline means being hard on yourself, but that does not work. You become tired and then you quit.
Exactly. Kind discipline lasts longer.
So maybe our listeners can practice saying small, positive sentences to themselves.
Yes, like, I can try a little, or I don't need to be perfect, or small steps are enough.
These sentences help your brain relax. When your brain relaxes, discipline becomes easier.
Yes, and now I want to explain a small expression for our English learners. Focus on the process, not the result. This means enjoy the small steps. Do not worry too much about the final goal.
Yes, when you enjoy the process, discipline feels natural.
We want discipline to feel friendly, not scary.
Yes, discipline should feel like a gentle guide, not a strict boss.
Very true. And now, maybe we can talk about morning routines, because many people want to be disciplined in the morning.
Yes, mornings are important. They set the tone for the day. A simple morning routine helps discipline grow.
For example, waking up slowly, drinking water, stretching for 1 minute, and then doing one small goal.
Yes, just 4 small steps. They make a big difference.
And of course, avoiding the phone first thing in the morning helps.
Yes, the phone steals your focus, and discipline is about protecting your focus.
Exactly. So, a simple morning is better than a busy one.
I think many listeners will try this. It is easy and helpful.
And now, let's talk about the environment. A clean environment helps discipline.
Yes, when your room is clean, your mind feels clear. When your desk is organized, you want to study.
And when your surroundings feel peaceful, discipline feels easier.
A messy room creates stress. Stress makes discipline hard.
So, one small step is to clean your desk for 2 minutes each day.
Yes, 2 minutes is enough. And after 1 week, your space feels great.
And now, let's talk about motivation. People often wait for motivation before they start something.
But motivation comes after you start, not before.
Exactly. Action creates motivation, not the other way around.
When you take a small step, you feel progress. Then you feel motivated.
Yes, so discipline means starting even when you are not motivated.
And the motivation will follow.
I think many listeners will find this idea helpful.
Yes, it is one of the most useful ideas about discipline.
And now we are reaching the middle of part 1. We will continue this deep conversation soon, but first, let's take a short pause in the dialogue.
Yes, a small pause helps the brain absorb the ideas.
And when we return, we will talk about self control, bad habits, good habits, and how to stay disciplined when life becomes difficult.
I look forward to it.
And now we continue with the next section of our conversation. I really think discipline is not only about doing difficult things, it is also about choosing the right things. When we choose good actions again and again, they become natural. They become a normal part of our life.
Yes, and I think many people feel scared of the word discipline because they think it means pain or stress or pressure. But in real life, discipline is just a helpful routine. It is like having a map. When you have a map, you feel less lost. You know where you are going. You walk with more confidence. Discipline gives that same feeling.
You are right. It is not punishment, it is support. It is something that helps us. And the nice thing is that discipline grows slowly. You do not need to become a perfect person in one day. You can improve step by step.
Exactly. And each small step is a victory. Maybe you clean your desk today. Maybe you drink more water tomorrow. Maybe you wake up 10 minutes earlier the next day. These simple habits make you stronger, and because they are simple, you can repeat them easily.
People often think they need motivation first, but motivation is not always there. Sometimes you wake up tired. Sometimes you feel confused. Sometimes your mind is full of problems. And on those days, discipline becomes more important than motivation.
Yes, discipline is like a quiet friend who says, "It's okay, just do the next small thing." And when you listen to that friend, your life stays on track, even on difficult days.
I think many listeners will understand that feeling. There are days when we do not want to do anything. But if we show up anyway, even for a short time, our mind becomes stronger. And the more we practice this, the easier it becomes to stay consistent.
I agree. And I also think it is important to forgive yourself when you make mistakes. If you miss a day, if you break your routine, it is okay. You can always start again tomorrow. Discipline includes kindness. You cannot grow if you are angry at yourself all the time.
Kindness makes discipline easier. And another thing that helps is creating a simple environment. If your home is clean, your room is organized, and your desk is not messy, you can focus much better. Our environment affects our habits.
That is so true. When things around you are clean, your mind feels calm. When things are messy, your mind feels tired. So many people do not realize how much energy they lose because of chaos in their space.
And habits become easier when everything you need is ready. For example, if you want to study English, you can put your notebook, your pen, and your headphones in the same place. Then you do not waste time searching for things. You just start.
Yes, a good routine begins before the activity. Preparation is part of discipline, and when you prepare well, you enjoy the activity more. It feels smoother and less stressful.
Let's talk about another important part of discipline: saying no. Many people feel guilty when they say no. They think they must accept every invitation, every message, every plan. But in real life, discipline is just a helpful routine. It is like having a map. When you have a map, you feel less lost. You know where you are going. You walk with more confidence. Discipline gives that same feeling.
Saying no is not rude, it is respectful. It means you respect your time, your energy, and your future. You choose the things that matter, and you gently refuse the things that distract you.
Exactly. You cannot grow if your schedule is full of things you do not care about. You need to protect your time like it is something valuable, because it is.
And when you protect your time, you can focus better. You can read. You can exercise. You can work. You can rest. Yes, rest is also part of discipline.
That is a great point. Many people forget that rest is necessary. If you never rest, your mind becomes weak. Discipline is not only about working hard, it is about creating balance. You need energy to stay consistent.
And sometimes the most disciplined choice is going to sleep early, closing your phone, or taking a quiet walk. Small things can reset your mind.
Let's also talk about planning. Some people think planning is boring, but planning makes life easier. When you plan your day, you remove confusion. You always know what to do next.
Planning also helps you stay honest with yourself. Instead of saying, I will do it someday, you say, I will do it at 4 p.m. And when you have a specific time, it feels real. It feels possible.
Another trick that helps is breaking goals into tiny pieces. For example, instead of saying, I will study English for 2 hours, you can say, I will study for 10 minutes. And if you feel good, you can continue longer.
Yes, small goals are not scary. They make discipline feel friendly. You start with something small, and then you build momentum. It is like pushing a snowball. At first, it is small, but as it rolls, it becomes bigger.
Listeners, that discipline feels uncomfortable in the beginning, but that discomfort is temporary. After some time, the habit becomes easy. It becomes automatic.
I know that feeling. When I started waking up earlier, it was difficult. But after a few weeks, it became normal. My body adapted, my mind adapted, and now it feels natural.
And that is the secret. Discipline becomes less painful when it becomes part of your identity. When you stop saying, I want to be disciplined, and start saying, I am a disciplined person.
Yes, identity changes everything. When you believe something about yourself, your actions follow.
Before we move to the closing discussion, let's give listeners some simple daily habits they can start today. I will share my first tip. Choose one small task to complete every morning. Something simple but helpful. It can be making your bed, drinking water, or writing a short plan for your day.
My tip is to remove one distraction. Maybe turn off notifications. Maybe keep your phone in another room while you work. Even removing one distraction can make a big difference.
Another tip is to celebrate small wins. When you finish a task, take a moment to feel proud. Your brain loves rewards. They help you stay consistent.
My last tip is to be patient. Discipline is a slow process. You will not change overnight. But if you keep going gently and slowly, you will change completely.
That is a beautiful message. And I think it is the perfect moment for our closing section. Before we finish our podcast today, I want to take a moment to talk directly to our listeners. Because discipline is not just an idea or a concept, it is something that grows slowly inside your daily life. And I want everyone listening to understand that they are able to build it, even if they think they cannot, even if they feel they are weak or lazy or not motivated enough, because those feelings are normal and they happen to all of us.
Yes, and I want to remind everyone that discipline is not about being perfect, but about trying again and again, even when it is difficult, even when you feel tired, even when your mind says, maybe tomorrow. Because the truth is that discipline is built in small moments, and the small moments matter more than the big ones.
Exactly. And discipline becomes easier when you feel proud, not guilty. So please be kind to yourself, even when you make mistakes, even when you miss a day, because discipline is a long journey, and every long journey needs rest and patience.
And if you ever feel like giving up, try to remember why you started. Try to remember the dream or the goal that made you want to be more disciplined. Because when you reconnect with your reason, your energy comes back slowly and the path becomes clear again.
That is so true. When you remember your reason, you remember your direction, and discipline becomes easier because now you know where you are going and why you want to go there.
I want to thank everyone who listened today because listening to a podcast like this is also an act of discipline. It shows that you care about improving your life and that you want to grow and that you are taking steps to understand yourself better.
Yes, thank you for being with us today. And thank you for giving your time and attention because those things are valuable. And we are happy that you chose to spend these moments with us. We hope our words helped you feel supported, encouraged, and maybe even a little stronger than before.
And remember, you do not need to do everything at once. You only need to begin, and then continue little by little. And with time, discipline will become a natural part of your life, and you will feel more control, more peace, and more confidence.
And we will continue to support you in every episode. That is our goal and our promise. So stay patient, stay gentle with yourself, and stay consistent. You can do it, and we believe in you.
Thank you for joining us today. We will see you in the next episode, and until then, take care of yourself, stay focused on your goals, and keep practicing your English with kindness and discipline.
Goodbye, everyone, and have a wonderful day.